Hi. This week's drink is the Bad Bunny, and it is dedicated to all of my girls out there that don't like being told what to do all the time. You're going to take 3 ounces of coconut rum and shaker full of ice. You're going to have 3 ounces of vanilla vodka, a splash of pineapple. You're going to add 2 ounces of cayenne, 3 ounces of green coconut. That's okay. Pop the shaker on. Top off, strain it into the glass, empty glass this week. One moment though.
A few moments later.
Garnish. Pop a little bunny on there. There you have that done. Cheers.
Welcome.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Jen.
And this is Quick Off the Mark.
This week we're going to be discussing PenPal by J.T. Geissinger. This was highly recommended to me by multiple people, and it was clickbait on Instagram, and it worked on me because I saw a video where, and if I can find the video, I will tag the influencer, but talking about like a big reveal at the end of the book. And I was like, okay, people have recommended this to me. I know that this author, I've read a few of her books before, and it's got a plot twist at the end, and we're getting back into smut. This is like, let's go in hardcore. So that's kind of how we chose this book this week. What did you think overall?
Well, I rated it a 5 on Goodreads,
Nice.
but really it's like a 4.5. But I enjoyed it. It was good. The smut was good. I think I needed therapy at the end of it because I enjoyed it so much, and then whoever recommended it, Allie, also needs therapy for recommending such a book. But it was 4.5, 5. Good book.
I gave it the same. I would give it a 4.5, but I gave it 5 because it just went over for me. It kept me guessing the whole time with the storyline. I knew what was going on in the back of my head because you can kind of piece things together if you're actually paying attention. But who was what and when and where and why and how kept changing all the time. Like, I have some notes here these are the only notes that I wrote down for this book, by the way, while I was reading it. Spoiler alert, we're going to ruin the plot twist surprise at the end. So,
yes. So read it before you listen.
Yes, please. Or if you don't mind spoilers, stay, hang out with us for a bit, and then go read the book because it's still really good.
Yeah, the spoiler might ruin the book, though. I don't know if I would enjoy it nearly as much as I knew what was going to happen going in.
So you do know you assume there's going to be a ghost. So this is a great kind of just, no, nothing spoiled yet, if you want to, pause. Eddie, ghost for sure. Aiden, probably ghost. Dante, question mark. Michael equals Dante. Kayla could also be dead. So everyone everyone was 100% dead at one point during this book, and they were the ghosts. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I think the smut was really good. I really like the way that JT writes her smut scenes. She takes time with these scenes. It's not just like a boop, little blurb. You're getting the whole thing. I think she does a really good job of like that sexual chemistry that's unsaid between two characters, because they do kind of jump into bed fairly quickly.
I was like,
so
whoa.
You kind of have to have that feeling, right? You have to have that they feel this connection. So, yeah.
Yeah, when she ran over there, I was like,
Already?
this is fast. Okay.
Usually we have to get especially on a first book, we have to get at least like 3/4 of the way done with a romantasy. But smut, we're here for the plot, baby. I'm so glad that we are taking a break from romantasy and doing a little bit more smut real quick, because girl, I've been reading all day. All day, son. I'm ahead now. I think I'm ahead of you, which is crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the very first thing that I texted you was like, Michael definitely tried to kill her. That's her husband tried to kill her. That's the first thing that I texted you, and that was
I
like
think
chapter
that
2.
was yeah. Yeah. I did have a feeling that maybe he tried, when they started talking about the bruises, her
Yes.
noticing the bruises in the picture. He alludes to bruises like previously, where he had seen bruises or something, but she noticed it in the wedding picture. And I was like, oh, maybe he very much so is like an abusive husband, and this is her story. I think that was the first time that it kind of went through my head of maybe she's the ghost. Um, because that and the little boy, that gave it away too. We can come back to that, but the little boy totes gave it away. That's when I was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah. Side
I
note, good job gaslighting me the entire week, because legitimately, when I think she's dead, and you go, I thought that too, and I was like, oh, there was
I
other
know.
stuff that you would say, and I was like, that's sus. And Allie too, because I was trying to get both of y'all to like tell me
I
something.
know. I
Neither one of you were
texted
dead.
Allie. I texted Allie, and I was like, oh my god, I finished PenPal or whatever, and she's like, I know, and then she's like, Jen's driving me crazy, and I was like, abort, don't tell her anything.
Well, and I hit a slump for like a day and a half right before it ended, like right before like the final seance scene where Fiona has Claire come over and they do all, like, I had a really big, again, day and a half lull where I did not want to finish the book. I also had stuff going on, but I just didn't want to finish it because I didn't want to know the truth yet. I wasn't ready for it. Yeah. Yeah.
I like devoured this book.
Yes.
Devoured. And I was sitting in the living room with like Jared and Mike and Javi, and I was like, oh my god. And they're like, what's going on? So now we just have this like nightly routine where I recap my books for them.
That's amazing. That's 100%, because it's, you know what it's like? It's like doing your own book report. You're regurgitating the information that you took in that day. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I read something was like, start doing book reports, just a journal page or whatever when you're done with your books. Which I guess if you
This is our
read
journal
regular
page.
reviews on Goodreads or, any review site, then like you're already doing that. I don't. I just give my stars and move along. Unless
And
it's
then
an
we do
amazing
this.
book. And then, yeah, I tell people about it in person. Hello. Have you heard of Sarah J. Maas?
Yeah, basically.
Uh,
The first thing that I thought was super suspicious is that Aiden called her
Aiden.
Aiden, sorry. Aiden, yeah.
I know, it's
Aiden,
always on the brain.
it is. Called her Bunny, and she was illustrating bunnies. I was like, this is suspicious.
You did think that was very suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Why did you tell me that that comes into play later on?
Because he calls her Bunny.
Yeah, but I kept waiting on like a bunny to be someone that was dead, or be Dante, or be like, I kept waiting for a symbolism of a bunny, but
Oh,
okay.
it was more that she was like illustrating the bunny,
Yes,
and
that
that she was
was.
being
I
called Bunny.
did not love the bunny nickname. Let me be super honest with you. Um, it's not
No.
for me personally. I don't have a problem with like animal nicknames, but bunny and rabbit, it's just not for me.
Yeah, that was about the only thing that I was just like, this is what we're going with? Oh,
And every
okay.
time he said
I
it,
mean,
I
I
kind of got
guess.
off. I was like, ooh, ooh.
Yes.
And when he would actually say her name, it kind of resonated more because he was actually saying her name. I was like, oh, he means business when he says Kayla.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so we start out the book. She just lost her husband. We're at the funeral, and the first thing I thought was suspicious was the woman that's crying about her husband behind her from the office party. Like, girl, what?
Yes.
Yeah, I very much said, okay, he was probably cheating on her. He's probably abusive, blah, 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 blah. So we're not really missing him that much, whatever. He's going to come back and haunt her. That was where I jumped into the book thinking, damn, was I wrong? Yeah. So we know that she's being haunted right from the get-go. Her housekeeper says, hey, girl, you're haunted. And she's like, I don't believe in ghosts. But then almost immediately starts doing supernatural things, like, you know, like asking the ghost and kind of dipping in where she goes to see a psychic eventually. And yeah, so
Yeah.
which
And then she
hurt,
starts
you know.
heavily drinking, and I was like, she's an alcoholic, or she's
Did you
about
say
to be
that
an
to me?
alcoholic.
You have a drinking problem? No, I pretty much got it figured out.
And
You
I
did
think
say
she
that
might be
she was like,
schizophrenic.
it was going down a spiral. I honestly didn't think that she was drinking that much, to be honest with you. It was just wine, and the girl was stressed. If you were being haunted, you would drink wine too, or beer, or liquor,
Yes,
whatever
yes.
your poison is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so what? A few days she started at noon. That happens again when you're stressed.
It does. Yes.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
Friday morning frosé. You know what I mean?
Been there, done that.
Heard. Amen. No judgment. Judge-free zone.
The letters
so-
were
Go
interesting.
ahead. The what was?
The letters were interesting. That she was just like randomly getting into her mailbox or appearing on her counter. I was
It
like,
was appearing
girl,
on
are
her
you losing
counter.
time?
And that's when I was also like, okay, so this is something's wrong with you because things just start appearing. Yes, theoretically, that could be the ghost dropping something off. Or you have a mole. I was thinking that maybe it was Eddie that was like working for Dante in prison that had dropped it off or something like that. But then Eddie wasn't around when she got another note. And I thought the way that JT ended that specific storyline with it being Dante and it's I'm blanking on the word that it is.
Like a pseudonym?
Where you rearrange the letters and it becomes something else. They say it in the book.
An anagram.
Anagram. That's exactly what it is.
Oh,
yes. That was done so well, and that's long game. And I literally was like, that's brilliant because that's exactly what basically if you could be in purgatory would be, where everything is the same, but also very
It's
different.
backwards.
So you don't know.
Yeah.
It's the what if, always changing, always the same limbo. That's exactly
Yes.
like that was such a good allegory for what limbo is before you
Yeah.
find peace. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like Dante at all. He gave me the creeps. All of the letters.
Gave
Even
me the
romantic
biggest
one where
creeps.
he says that like he reads the poem or something. I was not.
Yeah. The only part that I liked was, I guess she actually said it. She was like, the simple answer is, or no, he said it. Why he was in jail. The simple answer is that I love somebody too much or whatever. I was like, every stalker ever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I should go back because those chapters with the notes are so short. I should go back and like re-listen to those just back and forth to see if now knowing what I know at the end, if it makes more sense, if it gives itself away.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
It would be interesting.
Because it seemed so obscure at the time, but now going back, it would probably mean a lot more. Aiden immediately had my attention. I was like, get it, girl. Say less. His mattress is on the floor. I understand. I also would be like,
Yeah.
but again, you're in a place and time, and he's there, and he is beautiful, and, get it. No judgment. Again.
Different. Like, different from what she was
Immediately
used to, apparently.
fall in love with him. He's going to save her from whatever the issue is. Then I started thinking that Dante was Aiden as like maybe Dante had gotten out and he was just walking around now. And so she didn't know that this guy was, kind of stalking her in her home until they have that moment in the office, I believe, and she sees, she and Fiona do, and she sees someone in a trench coat outside, like staring at her. I was like, oh, great. So there's Michael. That's got to be what
Yeah.
it is. That's Michael.
Yeah.
He is actually haunting her. Their life, thank God, is going to have a happy ending. Again, the roller coaster that you go on with this book is just, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a time that I didn't think that any one person was alive or dead.
No. And then I got like 70% away, like through the book. I was like, reading on my Nook or whatever, and it said 70%. And I was like, I still have so many questions. And it's not like a Sarah J. Maas book. It's not like a lot happened in the last 100 pages. There wasn't even 100 pages left.
Yeah. No, everything gets kind of tied up real quickly, which is not normal, I guess. And so I really thoroughly enjoyed it, that it had me second triple guessing myself and my friends and the author until the very end. Until literally, I think you have 10 chapters left. I think I had maybe an hour and a half left when we were starting the seance, or the seance was over and she was starting to realize things, because then we get the flashback to the actual murder, which I hated that. I'm not gonna lie. That
It was
murder
awful.
scene, yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
I was like,
and the fact that he just gets away with it, and he was such a bad, it's not even a bad guy, he's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah,
Michael
I
Mann.
do like to say that I was right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Somebody was schizophrenic. I called it. It's just not the person I thought was schizophrenic.
No, we both at one point did say that she was like having a mental breakdown, that she was actually like needed to go get
help.
Yes, help. Because she's losing time. These notes are just like popping up. A life vest shows up on her couch. The doorbell keeps ringing. No one's there. Oh, that was what finally actually totally gave it away, that I knew for a fact that I was sticking on the Kayla is already dead train. When she sees the little boy playing in the yard, before even the cameras go fuzzy, before she turns around and he's gone, I was like, there is a child actually playing in that yard, and you are watching this happen. That, here's your son. For all my elder millennials, here's your son. Legitimately. And then she goes, she finds that the security cameras, which I still have questions about the security cameras. We can come back.
Okay.
The security cameras go fuzzy, and there's something there twice with the little boy, and you still don't believe that something's up.
She is swimming up the river of denial, swimming 100%. Without a paddle.
Then at the end, when we find that she just like opens the newspaper all the way to see the truth, I'm like, girl, that wasn't the first thing that you did. You didn't read the article? I get it. You're really sad because you think your husband died. You think you guys were still in love, blah, 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 blah. But your man's name is in the newspaper. You should fact check it. At least.
And also, it's not like front page newsworthy when one singular man drowns.
No. So back.
That's like page 3.
System. Speaking the security system, is Jake dead or alive? Because he put the system in Kayla's house for Aiden, and they all see each other.
Think that was a memory. Like, I think Jake actually did put the security system in her house when she was alive, and so it was operable when she was alive. Because at the end of the book, it talks about how she was like having memories, and they were overlapping with what was happening and what had happened. So I think Jake had put the security system in her house when she was alive, when she like kicked Michael out.
Wait a minute. So some of the things that happen in the book were actually just memories and not her being a ghost?
Yes.
Please say more.
Okay, so like when they go to dinner and she meets Jake and Deb, I think that actually happened in real life, and she was reliving a memory.
Mhm. And okay, so point about that.
Because
At the
Eddie is the
restaurant
same
was where
thing.
she saw the man in the trench coat. So maybe wherever the man in the trench coat shows up is like a memory, a flashback, not real kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Because what was happening when she saw him? They were in the office. That was the first time that she sees the guy in the trench coat. But that was
She's
Michael. I don't.
in the office talking to Fiona because that was the first time Fiona had come over to clean.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And she runs outside. There's a buffalo nickel under the tree. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then at the restaurant when she's talking to Deb, Jake, and Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
And then the buffalo quarter shows up on her car dash
Yes.
after she goes to see the psychic.
No, after she goes to see Aiden.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was the
Because
real, like, first time that they hooked up. Is that what you're saying? Like, those are all just memories?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
But some of that had to be
Because
her as a ghost, like going to see the house and being in the woods.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like she got Aiden's number from Eddie. Eddie was long dead. So that was she was reliving that memory.
Wait, no, because Eddie died in 1974. There's no way. This is
That's
all
right.
ghosts wandering around. Okay. So do you think that Aiden then was waiting for her and would show up in ghost form and like he knew that they were dead?
Mm-hmm. He says at the
Okay,
end
and
of the
he was
book
just waiting on her to
because he was the one
realize.
ringing the doorbell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just assumed that they like crossed over at that point and he had been waiting for her. But it's very interesting to think of him waiting on her in purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can get down with that.
Yeah, I could
That
get
makes it
down with
even
the book
hotter,
too, where
honestly.
they haunt Michael, like just a short little novella where they haunt
I
Michael. I could
I
get on
wanted
board
that
with that.
more. Agreed, 100. I wanted more of that. That was not enough for me. Him just like being, oh my God, they're there. No. I want to hear all of the things. I want,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And also, I don't want him to get off on insanity.
Being crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he did what he did, knowing that he did it. There are receipts, timestamps, text messages, but like, I don't want him getting off that easy. I want him very much so to face a jury of his peers.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
I
that
think
murder scene was rough. That one actually broke my heart a little bit. Yeah.
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 I think one of the reasons that I figured this book out so fast is that there's an episode of Supernatural, like super early in, and they have to convince a girl or a lady that she's dead, and she thinks that she's like saving her husband, but her husband lived through like the wreck that killed her, and so they have to like Sam and Dean have to convince her that she's dead to help her cross over. And so when they started having the seance, I was like, I've been here before.
Yeah. I used to watch a show back in the day called The Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, where she literally had to tell ghosts that they were dead to cross over. Yeah. So that's how I guessed it that quickly. But again, I flip flopped through the entire thing. So is a right guess at the mid beginning still the right guess when you flip flop 18 times after that? I was like, I know that Eddie is not any of the main characters, but I love him. He is my favorite. When he said that Dave Letterman was his therapist, I was like, heard. And then I also knew he was a ghost when he was like a cell phone. I said, oh no. Fiona said you can't have cell phones when you're a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's dead.
Yeah. When she
never
comes.
actually called Aiden. That means, yeah. And the whole thing started falling apart at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that eventually I want to reread it now that I like view it in a different light, like you were saying, to see.
I agree.
I think I
I'm
missed
gonna
some
give
things.
it a few years, but I will reread it and see like if I can pick up. If there's one thing I learned from our Throne of Glass escapade, it's to give it time. A reread is always okay, but give it time. Give it at least 6 months, a year, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that everything, it's probably just because it lives rent free in my head, but everything is kind of like Throne of Glass coded now. Because it's like definitely changed my brain chemistry. But when she's like, there is no such thing as ghost. There is no such thing as ghost. I was like, this is giving Sam Cortland. My name is Sam Cortland, and I will not be afraid.
Yeah. The drawers and cabinets opening up, I was like, that seems like it's your energy that's throwing that off. Not that.
Yeah, and then the jar of honey comes flying at her. I'm like,
Yeah. And the fact that Fiona was surprised every single time she saw her, red flag number one, immediately.
Yes.
Oh, so you're saying, yes, ma'am. So Michael kills both of them. They're both dead. Michael lives, but they decide to haunt him. Do you think justice is served?
No.
Absolutely not. I'm telling you right now, absolutely not. No.
No, because he just shoots one of them point blank in the chest and then drowns the other one. Like, sir.
Yeah. I'm glad that, they go to Paradiso or whatever, Paradiso. I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more of that side of the story as well. More of Michael going insane and more of what their afterlife is. Are they done? Are we just nil now? Because give me a little bit of a happy ending ghost story.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I want. I know.
Just a little bit, but we're just gonna end on death.
Yeah.
Murder.
I think that's actually what made it kind of like less kaboom at the end, was the fact that the big reveal of the murder that happened, of how we all got here, was what, second to last chapter?
Yeah.
It didn't end on and murder scenes usually don't bother me that much, honestly, but this one, I think because we knew these characters so well by that time, maybe that's why it hit harder. Also, it's he's just slimy and very, let her be, man.
Yeah.
Let her be. What does it matter to you?
What is that movie with Josh Duhamel and the pretty blonde girl, and she
Safe
like
Haven.
Yes, it was giving Safe Haven.
Yes, I feel that.
And I love that movie.
What was the one with Jennifer Lopez? Enough?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, with Jim Caviezel, I believe. Yeah. I got a lot of the vibes of that, just mostly for that scene specifically, with the sneaking around and the revenge of it all, and yeah.
So she left Michael, and like in real life, she left Michael, started hooking up with Aiden, and then he got mad and killed them, right?
Yes. So she found out that he was having an affair with that woman. Also,
and
he had been abusive, obviously. He had been emotionally, physically. What'd you say?
Off his meds.
Yeah. Yes. Well, he was just a controlling kind of person. Like, I think that he had been abusing her for the entirety of the relationship, physically, mentally, emotionally. Like, it was a control thing for him. I don't think he wanted her at all. I think at the end of the day, he wanted to control her. And that was why he went for them at the end of the book. Because he didn't love her. He didn't care about her. He was having an affair. He just needed to have toys that he could control.
Yeah.
And why Aiden couldn't pull out, I don't know, fist 1, fist 2, knife. You're on a boat. There's got to be a fishing knife. Like,
yeah, just to get shot in the chest or the head or whatever.
Like a gun. Whatever.
Yeah. It was just.
I don't think that Kayla should have any sort of weapon other than the kitchen knife that's right there that she can grab. I don't trust her. I think she already was a little off her rocker as is. Again, no judgment. Wouldn't you be too? But I very much so don't
He at least seems.
And he seems weak. He seems like a weak character, Michael, and very fallible and when I say fallible, I actually mean fallable. Like, I feel he would fall a lot in this situation unless he's
Yeah.
murdered before. He just doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the hardest thing to grasp, was like you spend this whole book thinking about Aiden being this like huge, big, burly, muscular, like rides a motorcycle dude, and then when push comes to shove, nothing happens.
And I
Like,
get that he was trying to protect her and let her get away, but she's obviously not going to do that.
in
Obviously. And when it said that
not
it hit between the eyes and the forehead, I was like, well, that's not a we can go to the hospital and try to fix this situation. That is a final, there is no even like last blink goodbye. So
no.
at that point, I was literally like, girl, just go ahead and jump in, fight. What do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah. And also, in no circumstance ever, books, movies, reality TV show, real life, when the husband tells I don't know, when the husband tells the wife to run, she doesn't run. She stays. So you've got to know that she was not going to leave.
I feel that should be very self-explanatory. If there is a couple and you have one pursuant that is threatening one member of that couple and that person says leave, no matter what, unless they actually do not care about you at all, or they just have a really bad, when it comes to fight or flight response, that's going to actually leave. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
We're teaming this right now. I'm saving you, you're saving me, or else we're going out together, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So at that point, especially when she started distracting him, Aiden should have gone for the kill.
I know.
I get that you're worried that she's going to get shot or that he's crazy, blah, blah, blah. Well, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to die. And that happened anyway. So, why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Put up some sort of fight. I don't that whole thing really bothers me.
Yeah. And your love was so strong that it lasted into the, afterlife. You were able to write her letters as a ghost to try and lure her back to you. I'll wait forever. But you couldn't, I don't know, kick him in the balls when he was facing her. Kick him in the knee. Get him in a chokehold. Anything. I don't care. He's probably going to. The way that he was described in this book is very, very, just can't help himself. He's smaller, weaker. She talks about how she just didn't really like a man with muscles. She didn't like a man he wasn't physically fit. He was more into reading and, facts. And hey, Lila, nobody's here, babe. Will you come here?
It's because she's not on camera. She's jealous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lila, come here. Bless her heart. There's a dog out in the hallway, and she just wants to say hi. Come here. Yeah. 4.5. I would recommend this to a lot of my friends, even if they don't read smut. We haven't really even talked about the smut scenes, but I would give them an 8.5 out of 10. Specifically, they're a good length. There's a good amount.
They are a good length.
How did you feel about the forest scene? Where they're just that was honestly the one I was like, yeah. But her husband just died, and y'all are just out here fucking butt naked in the woods, not knowing where you are, who's around you, and he's going to I don't know. It was really weird. If you knew where you were, but they were on someone else's property. They weren't even on his property anymore. So it's
Also, I'm a beach person, but having sex on the beach is never something that I want to do. So having sex on a forest floor is not something that I ever really want to do.
I would absolutely hate that. One, outside with bugs in the green itchy stuff?
No.
Hold, please.
Yes.
You better bring a blanket. When I say blanket, I mean a full floor that you build on top of the mud that's foundational that then we put
Yes.
a chair on or a couch or a bed or something, and then there's a roof and maybe some AC pumping through this bitch. Then yeah, absolutely, that sounds lovely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Everything
Yeah.
else, no complaints. That one I was like, mhm. Even
The
up on
only
a tree would have been better. But you're just rolling around. I don't know. It's not. And then I was like, "Is she gonna see a bunny here?" No, she didn't. I was waiting on that bunny, girl. I was waiting on that bunny. Like it is
that's
symbolic.
That's funny. The only other thing, I think it's just because I never want to take it in the butt, but that part I was like, I'm gonna
I
skip down a
will
little bit.
say, I thought it was very odd that again they had only been what fucking for 3 weeks at that point, and she had never been interested in that or done it or anything like was against it before, and now all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I want you to have it. Like this should be. I mean, again, you're going through something, girl, but I don't feel that that's just something that you just started having sex with, man. And you're like, let's do it, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
that's
like
something
there's
you
a
work
lot
up
of
to for your first time. You don't just like,
train station stops in between that we went from here
yeah.
to here and did not do any of this in between.
Even her just deciding to do it, where she's like, I want you to touch me, or I don't want you to not look, or whatever, when she's wet in his apartment and he's trying to get her some dry pants and she goes, I don't want you to turn away or something like that, or
Yeah.
whatever, I want your hands on me, blah, blah, blah. That went from 0 to nothing so quickly.
Yes.
So, again, I'm here for the ride. The forest is where they lost me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think there would be more conversation about, you know, this. Did they even like lube it up in the butt? I don't think they did.
No.
I think he just spit
No.
on her. Yeah, I think
Yes.
there would be more conversation about that before your first time with a man that you've known for a week and a half. But I could be wrong. Again, no judgment. If there's someone out there that has a story that they can share and shed a little light on the situation, please do. Otherwise,
Yes.
I'm gonna assume I'm right. So
I'm right until proven otherwise. Thank you very much.
that is absolutely correct. Again, a jury of your peers. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a really fun read. I will definitely be reading more from her. Um, I had read a mafia romance by her previously that Allie had also recommended. And it wasn't for me just because I don't think that the mob is my trope. Um,
Mm-mm.
the sex though, I still go back and hit those smut scenes on the regular because very very good. But Mafia is just not for me, and maybe I need to give it another try. But I, yeah, give me tattoos, give me big, give me mean, all of that all day. I think I just saw this one bad Passion Flicks movie one time that I can't get out of my head, so it's ruined the whole genre for me.
Yeah, I am a little worried about Allie's recommendations going forward. I'm gonna.
I'm very excited. I think we're going to try to have her as a.
A few moments later.
We're hoping to have a
So,
special guest.
fun. Yes, we might have her as a special guest when we do a very special upcoming book recommended by her. And then next week we're going to be doing actually a 2-for-1.
A few moments later.
Okay. We're going to be doing a 2-for-1 for the 9-month contract and the 7-year itch.
Mhm.
I have finished these books, so I'm very excited to, yeah.
You finished both of them?
Oh, no, now I can't hear you. Hold on. I'm going to just take these out. Hold on. Heard?
You finished both of them?
Say that one more time. Your speaker just came on.
Oh, you finished both of them?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Where are you? There's a first time for everything, Haley. I don't know what to tell you. Now that we're on my side of the genre, the more just straight smut and less world building fantasy.
We're not going to talk about where I am. It's okay.
You finished the first one then, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm 21% through the second one.
Oh, it's just picking up. Yeah. I'm anxious to hear your thoughts on these two books next week, because, yeah. Yay! All right, 4.5/5 stars for PenPal. Highly recommend. Put links. We'll do all the things. Thanks for hanging out with us, and join us next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.